this is the year that you really like had an impact on the community and really like very forward facing. Like everybody saw you. I think you had such a big impact for the good for our community. But let's go back to the beginning. How did Terra and Self like start? What was like the beginning concepts?
Yeah, so it was 2020. I was in my small apartment bedroom. I had a lot of time on my hands, like everyone else, and I decided that this was the time that I was gonna finally start a business, and I was gonna stick to it, and I was gonna watch it grow, and this was it. In the past, during college, I had started businesses. I had a popcorn business, and then I also had a social media management business.
Oh my goodness, I never knew this.
Yeah, but then I was just like, no, scratch that. I'm not passionate about this. I have a tendency to get bored. I'm a Gemini.
I love popcorn
But
business.
yeah, it was college themed popcorn.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, during 2020, I was in my bedroom. I was like, what is something that I know I'm really passionate about? I won't get tired of and I can constantly keep learning about. And I went back to my middle school and high school days and I was like, I'm really passionate about beauty. I love that there's so many different aspects of beauty, and I knew that skincare was something that I could just keep learning about and keep growing in.
But, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I feel with your brand and what you do, it's more than surface beauty. I mean, I feel like there's a little, you see beauty brands and, influencers, and it's pretty, but I feel like yours goes a little deeper
Yeah.
than that. Like, what's like the actual purpose? What's like the thought behind what you do?
Yeah, definitely. Going back to being in middle school, how I first found my passion in beauty was my mom gave me a eyeshadow palette, and she kind of just was like, "You can do whatever you want." And so I just went on YouTube and I just started learning, and I was going to school with like colorful eyeshadow and smoky eyes and drawing flowers on my face and yeah, to me, beauty just always meant how it made me feel on the inside. It was always just a form of like self-expression, a form of self-love. And so when I was starting this brand, I wanted to get back to that because I worked about 5 years in marketing, and one of the things that I noticed in the beauty industry is that they were creating insecurities to sell products to people, like creating problems like, oh, that hair on your legs or those bumps on your arm. And so I really wanted to go back to what beauty meant to me, and it is just about how it makes you feel inside and not just about how you look on the outside.
Perfect. So, what can people expect when they come into your space? Because you've had a couple spaces. I always say, when I come in here, I always feel like the first reaction to mine is like, or to me, is this is a space. It feels good to be here. But more than just it feels good, it's good to be here. What should people expect? What are they going to get? What do they do when they're here?
Yeah, so I knew once I launched a shop, I wanted it to feel like a cozy, safe space, but I also wanted it to have the aspect of fun and colorful and like expression. And so when you walk into the store, we have a lot of colors going on, we have a lot of bright lights, but I also wanted to instill that message of self-love and self-care. So I wanted to make sure we had quotes like, "You look good today," or "Be kind to yourself." So that's definitely one of the things that you will notice when you walk in here. And another thing I wanted to do was to really support my local community and some of my friends that I've made over the years here in Santa Cruz. And so all the products when you come in here are from women-owned businesses, and 16 of the brands are local.
Nice. You do more. It's more than just product, though. Like there are classes you have here and other events and things you do. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So at my other shop, I was doing some like build a scrub activities where you could come in and I would make a scrub for you. But when we were building out this shop, I was like, it would be really fun to have activities and classes for people to do, whether they're visiting Santa Cruz or you're local. So here in our little workshop area, we have paint and sips, which are led by local artists. And then we also have our Build a Scrub workshop where I teach you how to make 2 custom body scrubs, and you always get a glass of wine and sometimes a little mini charcuterie board.
Sign me up.
Hi.
No, come on in.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, so can we talk a little bit, and we'll wrap it up. But what you talked about being an entrepreneur. We had a pre-interview in a way. Did you always feel like you were going to be an entrepreneur, even like at an early age, or is this something new?
So I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur since I was 13. My mom is an entrepreneur. She's had her business since I was 4 years old, and she always just encouraged us to kind of go down that path and sort of instilled in us the ability to create something for yourself. And when I was 13, I first started off selling candy. I would sell we didn't really do Halloween, but we kind of did something around Halloween, like little trunk or treats and stuff like that. And so I wasn't a big candy eater. So what I would do is I would just sell all my candy afterwards to my neighbors and to my friends. And that kind of like started that little fire in me of knowing that I could kind of generate an income for myself and just kind of navigate my own path. And so, yeah, when I was going off to college, I decided to study business, eventually switched to graphic design, but I was always a part of that like entrepreneurship sphere. I joined like an entrepreneurship club. I did a pitch competition in Fresno, California. And so I think it's just kind of always been in me, and I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur.
So from candy to popcorn to scrubs.
Yeah, that's the pipeline.
That's the called the entrepreneur, plan to success.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will put a link to the address here, to your Instagram. Everybody, don't just, go to Instagram. But come here. I think to really get the real experience, it would be great for us to come here. Of course, you are a new business of the year at the NEXTies, so we look forward to seeing you on Friday. Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Yeah, and can I add one more thing?
No, yes.
I just want to say to anybody else who wants to pursue entrepreneurship, my biggest advice is just to do it, and you learn as you go, and you're going to make mistakes, and it's better to make the mistakes now than to try to work it up until it's perfect and learn the mistakes later. So just do it, try it, you might like it.
Why didn't I talk to you before I started my own endeavors like this? Maybe it's because I'm so many years older than you. Okay, well, look forward to seeing you this Friday at the NEXTies.
All right, thank you.